The merge, a much anticipated event in the world of cryptocurrencies and a major breakthrough for Ethereum's ecosystem, will be one of the most important changes to Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is world's largest cryptocurrency in terms of market dominance at following time. The merge would replace its proof of work based consensus system, which takes a lot of energy, with its own brand of proof of stake consensus. The Ethereum blockchain is ready to get rid of miners and start using proof of stake after this event. The countdown to this event keeps going, and it is now 30,000 blocks until the event at filming time. The community have been looking forward to this event more than any other in Ethereum's history, and it will surely change how new Ethereum will be created. At filming time, Ethereum's beacon chain and its mainnet, which has been running for a long time, are expected to merge. But what is the merge? When is it happening, and why is it so important? Are there more phases to Ethereum roadmap? Number 3, will we see reduced transaction price, increased transaction speed, and higher price post this event? And number 4, what if things go wrong? Continue watching this video if you are interested in finding answers to all these questions. But before we get started, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do turn on your notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, YouTube can notify you. So the very first question we need an answer to is, when will the merge occur on Ethereum's blockchain? The merge is expected to be completed sometime between 10th and 20th of September, while the precise time frame of the event is currently unknown. 15th of September is most likely the date, according to proponents and experts' independent assessment, when this event should happen. During the period of the merge, major crypto exchanges such as Coinbase Global and Binance have planned to hold the processing of Ethereum deposits and withdrawals. So users who keep their Ethereum on these exchanges will not be required to perform any further action as a result of this upgrade. But why is this event so important? A successful migration from proof of work to proof of stake would be a complement to the Ethereum's community and capability to manage much bigger events. Additionally, it would eliminate a significant barrier to the acceptance of Ethereum by regulators, and as a result, the development of Ethereum-based services by conventional financial institutions will be much more accepted and appreciated. The transition from proof of work to proof of stake on Ethereum may help to increase those numbers. Not only is it anticipated that the merge will reduce Ethereum's energy consumption by more than 99%, it will replace Ethereum's GPU miner-based issuance model with one that is based on crypto collateralized validator nodes, but its proponents also believe that it will lay the foundations for the network's base layer to scale more effectively. A further aspect of Ethereum's proof of stake scheme is that it would eventually transform the token into a deflationary asset. Participants in the industry believe that this would likely stimulate enormous interest in the cryptocurrency market in general. The issuance rate and quantity of Ethereum are dynamically adjusted on a continual basis by the protocol. At the moment, the network is burning transaction fees rather than distributing them to the validators. So basically, more often than not, more Ethereum is burned in a block than it is issued. This makes the cryptocurrency temporarily from being inflationary to being deflationary, and this is expected to happen more often after the merge. When you hear about all of these challenges, you might start to wonder why Ethereum took on this project in its first place. Aside from being easier to scale, the main reason is that it uses a lot less electricity. Ethereum.org says that the switch to proof of stake has cut the amount of electricity used by 99.95%. Hence, a successful upgrade would, of course, make Ethereum much more acceptable. One important non-technical effect of this big transformation in terms of energy consumption is that it may take policymakers and regulators more open to Ethereum. But why so? Because sustainability came up as a major hurdle towards Ethereum acceptance during the course of EU's incoming markets in crypto assets regulation earlier this year. The high amount of electricity used by the proof of work system makes policymakers really uncomfortable with this ecosystem. To be sure, the pros and cons of proof of work versus proof of stake are that at the heart of fundamental and often heated debate, and the KWH numbers do not tell the whole story. Of course, this is a much detailed subject and not the prime focus of this video, which is why I'm not touching it in detail. But it is clear that regulators no longer have to worry about power use now that when proof of stake will be used. This makes it easier for traditional financial institutions and other companies to offer services based on Ethereum, but there may still be other problems that I will come back to in a while later in this video. Getting back to the merge, it is just one phase to Ethereum roadmap. Are there more phases to Ethereum roadmap? Definitely there are. Ethereum has been operating since 30th of July 2015, and not everyone knows that we are still in the early stages of growth. So what are the important milestones that Vitalik, the company's founder, has aspirations for? Number one is the merge, which is this phase. This phase marks the switch from proof of work to proof of stake as the way to reach a consensus. Number two is the surge. In this step, Vitalik talks about how scaling, L2S and sharding are getting better and better, which will bring transaction fee down. Number three is the verge. This step may sound a little complicated, but don't worry. Vitalik basically talked about the workload tree, which is a way of encoding the blockchain. Now, this coding makes it easier to send and receive data on the blockchain and makes it faster to verify and move data from one computer node to another. Number four is the purge. Now that all of the previous changes to the blockchain have been made, it's time to improve the craft. This step involves the different EIPs such as EIP 1444, getting rid of data that isn't needed and clearing logs that could cause the system to slow down. Number five is the splurge. Now this last step includes all the cool stuff that Ethereum can do, such as adding verifiable delayed functions or VDFs for more security and making blocks finalize instantly for more speed. So remember, the merge is not the event after we can see an improvements in terms of transaction fee or speed. Which brings us to the next question, that will we see reduced transaction price, increased transaction speed and higher price post the merge event. So will Ethereum fee decrease after the merge? No, it wouldn't. I don't think so that the merge will change the fees for making transactions on Ethereum. Rather, dank sharding and proto-dank sharding are two future network updates that could help with Ethereum's high network fee. However, these updates are not expected until at least 2023. Roll-ups, which are third-party networks like Arbitrum and Optimism that bundle transactions and process them separately from Ethereum's mainnet, are still the best way to fix Ethereum's transaction fee problems. Would the Ethereum transaction speed increase after the merge? Slightly. On average, Ethereum blocks are issued once every 13 or 14 seconds in today's proof of work system. After the merge, each proof of stake block will be given out every 12 seconds. Now, this is not an improvement that most users will notice, and it still puts Ethereum behind its rival blockchain networks like Solana and Avalanche, but far ahead of Bitcoin, where a new block is mined on average every 10 minutes. Just like with transaction fees, people who want to transfer transactions will have to use third-party rollups on Ethereum. Now on to our fourth question, which is, can the merge fail, or what if things go wrong? It can fail, but it's very much unlikely. When Ethereum changes from proof of work to proof of stake, it will be the first time that something like this has been tried. If the merge works, it will be a huge feat of engineering and people working together. If it fails, it could wipe out hundreds of billions of dollars worth of value. The market cap of Ethereum is close to 200 billion US dollars at filming time, and many other valuable tokens are built on top of this network. The merge is only moving forward now because its main developers and other key players have run more than a dozen successful tests and simulations of the merge. However, there is still a chance that the merge would not work, but it seems very unlikely that it may fail. So staying neutral, let's see what can possibly go wrong with the merge. Aside from the risk of migration, point of stake also has its own problems. For instance, its code is a lot harder to understand than the proof of works This could make the system less safer. Hackers will look for flaws in the new infrastructure, which is a given. Proof of stake also makes a new kind of inequality, which is another problem. When proof of work first came out, it seemed like anyone can join in and start mining. With proof of stake, on the other hand, the Ethereum rich can mine a lot of Ethereum and get most of the validation rewards, which makes them even richer. But the truth is that more complicated proof of staking pools do exist who give people with less Ethereum a chance to do things. And with proof of work, the days when an old laptop was all you needed to mine are long gone. Some people worry that there will be more chances for proof of stake validators to censor. Still, proof of work miners could use censorship in theory as well. It's also not clear that proof of stake will make the landscape of validators more concentrated than proof of work, where miners have been working together in mining pools for a long time. In the end, it's not so much the technology that makes a difference as the way people use it and how it's regulated. More generally, there is a trade-off between the ability to avoid being censored and the need to use anti-money laundering and sanction policies so that regulators will accept cryptocurrencies. In the end, we need a middle ground here. Lastly, will the merge increase the price of Ethereum? It's hard to say. With so many variables and unknowns, it is impossible to predict what will happen to Ethereum's token price as a result of the merge. The Ethereum community has for years positioned the merge as a massive upgrade to the network's core technology, along with addressing concerns about the network's environmental impact. Proof of stake will introduce a new form of utility for Ethereum's native token called Ethereum, in the form of staking. It will also decrease the rate at which Ethereum is issued, which could be a boom for its price. But not everyone is sure that the merge will boost the price of Ethereum. The upgrade may already be priced in by the market. There's also a risk, however small, that the merge will run into hiccups or that proof of stake will prove less secure than proof of work in the long run. Do leave me a comment and let me know your views about the merge.